In Lakesh and Veritas. Welcome everyone to High Frequency Living's live stream tonight on the YouTube channel with Lota of the Sun. High Frequency Living offers live streams which focus on high frequency living lifestyle topics like meditations and breath work, wellness, and nutrition. Of the Sun classes and modalities like quantum light property clearing, soul translation, light body movement, and many other high frequency topics. Check out High Frequency Living on Instagram for inspiring recipes and other topics at High Frequency Living. I am Diane of the Sun, owner of In Lakesh Studio One, a franchise of the Sun. We offer quantum light property clearing services, soul translation modalities, truth and tea, call for the truth card readings, Alexagram service, and other services and products. Some energetic support products include frequency waters, clearing candles in the chakra colors, DNA clearing bath salts, sacred clearing woods, and other products. So tonight, our highlighted product of the week is Vibration. And Vibration is a frequency water that is a healing water. And it has healing frequencies from Lota. And so when you use this, you can direct this water to where you would like it to go, what frequency you're looking for. So for instance, if you, I've used it for many things. One is for like, give me courage, help me courage, and I spray it and get some extra courage frequency. Also, if I have cut myself, I will spray it and ask for healing of that. And it heals much faster. I do this a few times a day. So it's something good to have in your first aid kit as a great healing water. If you'd like to order some, you can check it out at inlakeshstudio1.com or ofthesun.com as well. And so I will put inlakeshstudio1.com in the chat. And also of the Sun. Let me see if I can find that. Ofthesun.com. So we can get that in there too. So thank you for taking the time to join tonight. This is an expansion of the Divine Nation Workshop. And we will be offering this Call for the Truth workshop on this High Frequency Living on the Lota of the Sun YouTube channel on Friday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern. So for the month of November, we will be doing the card readings every Friday. And we'll be doing other topics as well. Like the first Friday of December, we will have our In Lakesh Studio One Evolutionary Book Club. And that's December 5th. So we will be discussing the book, The Light Doctor by Martin Moore Eady. And he talks about artificial light and the effects that it has on our circadian rhythm. So that is something to check out and join us that night. We will be doing it here on the live stream. So it should be an interesting experience. So Of the Sun has an ongoing light body movement the first 4 Sundays of every month at 6 p.m. Eastern. All sessions are recorded, and the focus for November has been the crown chakra. And it has been expansive each time. And so this coming Sunday is our final session for November. And be sure to join for December, because we'll be starting over with the root chakra. And so that should be very interesting to get even deeper than we did the first time. So the membership is a great way to be introduced to and enhance our of the Sun practices, ideas, modalities, etc. And it is only $45 a month for access to all sessions, live and recorded, all materials and meditations. And you can register at ofthesun.com. Lota started teaching the Soul Translation class in November, and she's done 3 weeks so far, and this coming Tuesday will be the last one for November. And it's been fascinating with gifts, mental causations, archetypes, and we'll be going into archangel realms. So if you're interested in joining any future sessions, she's having some starting in January, and they will be on the Of the Sun website very soon. She'll be doing a few different modalities. And the only prerequisite for the Soul Translation classes is the Sun calibration class. And that is available now only as a recorded class. And if you're interested in that, you can contact me at info@inlakeshstudio1.com. And it's at a discounted rate, so it's a great deal. So tonight, we're going to be doing our Call for the Truth divination cards. We'll talk about that. And before we do, I'd like to acknowledge my guest tonight is Cecilia of the Sun, who's helping me out she's going to help out with the chat when there's questions and things. So thank you, Cecilia. I'm grateful for you assisting me tonight. So tonight we have, thank you for the people who have joined so far. And what we will do is we'll go through the cards. I'll explain the cards. The Call for the Truth cards are a deck of 52 cards, and they were created by Lota, and she created them after she wrote her book, which is Call for the Truth. And this is a wonderful book that talks about a different perspective of things that were going on and things that are still going on. And so it's something to check out, and you can get that on Amazon.com. And so the cards, they were designed with this is the Veritas, which is truth. That's the insignia that we use. And Tavares designed these cards, beautiful design on the back, and then each card has a color, a number. I'll just put one up here. I don't know if you can see. I'll get a different one. Let me try. This one might be easier to read. It's got a color, a number. This is a Platonic solid, which is the dodecahedron for this card. It has the topic and a maxim, and it relates to a chakra. So there are many, many layers and many levels of these cards. So what we'll do tonight is we will go through the process and do a reading for all the people that are on tonight and whoever will be listening in the future. So it's always interesting to see what comes forward because it's something that we all need to hear. So as we get started, we knock 3 times on the cards to clear them. Did you have a question, Cecilia?
Oh no, before we started, I wanted to acknowledge the people that are here in the chat.
Thank you.
Stephanie Singletary's here in Lakesh and Veritas. Stephanie, Stacy of the Sun is here in Lakesh and Veritas, and Sherelle. So thank you all for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for keeping me on track there. Okay, so what we'll do is we will knock 3 times to clear the cards. We will synchronize and harmonize with the cards because all things have consciousness. So the cards have consciousness. We will synchronize and harmonize and ask for the best information coming forward tonight. So the question I'm asking is, what is the most pertinent information that needs to come forward for all of us tonight in this reading? And I'm also asking how many cards we should be pulling. Shall we pull 1 card? 3 cards? 3 cards. So we'll do a past, present, and future. And as I'm shuffling, I'm asking for the best information to come forward tonight. Okay, so the cards for the past. The past card is balance. I don't know if you can see that. Get on board with yourself. Be
Yes,
congruent. Can you read it? Could you read it, Cecilia, please? Or no?
yes, I can.
Oh.
It says, get on board with yourself. Be congruent. Make your thoughts and actions match. It is not what you say. It is what you do or what you do not do.
Okay, thank you. And this is orange. This is the sacral chakra, number 2. So we'll come back to that. And this is the present card, is frequency.
This one says, change the belief in the broadcast the new vibrational equation, which is and feels different, and the universe responds.
Okay, I could hardly hear you. I don't know if that was, maybe I was talking or something. Change the
Do you want
belief.
me to read it again?
Okay, please, yes. Thank you.
Yes. Change the belief and broadcast the new vibrational equation, which is and feels different, and the universe responds.
Awesome. This is really cool. That's our present card. And then the future card. Okay, fear.
It is fear. The biggest trick played on humanity is fear, which is funny because I think that this is the future card that came up for last week's, if I'm not mistaken.
I
So,
think so too. I'm like, okay, well, this is a reminder that we need to get rid of that fear. We have to understand that the biggest trick is fear, and it's a trick, and that's it. So, thank you for helping read those. So, the past card with balance is related to our sacral chakra, and it is orange. And it's related to creativity, sexuality, and pleasure. Orange is enthusiasm, optimism, creativity, warmth, invigoration, stimulation. But we also need to be aware of the opposite, which is sluggishness, ignorance, and frustration. So it's really good to be in balance, not to be frustrated if something comes up. And this reminds me of yesterday's live stream with Lota and Tavares, where they were talking about triggers. You know, we have to be balanced so that things don't trigger us. So, and this also is about the number 2. Number 2 is the pair, the duo. It is changeable and adaptable and can be indecisive. It is the go-between, the diplomat, and the peacemaker, because unity can only be accomplished through harmony of the minds, a compromise on each side. two represent the feminine principle of receptivity, the yin, which seeks the union of two distinct entities. It is the gestation period in which things begin to form. Number two collects and assimilates. And this also is related to the icosahedron, which is the water element. And it's about transformation, creativity, connecting with water energy. And that's about letting things flow right through us. When they come in, they flow out. They come in, they go out. No stagnation. We don't want anything being stagnant here. So those are some of the extra parts for the card. And another part of the maxim, we have there's like an instruction book that comes with the cards, and Lotte has given an extra topic. So for balance, she says your intention must be supported by your ardent actions. Everything must match to fully manifest the reality desired. So you have to be in balance, in congruency with yourself. What you say, what you do, match. And so that's the past card. Now, even though it's the past still affects us as we're moving forward. And it can be something that holds us back, or it can be something that has potential to help us. So when we look at balance in the past and being congruent, that's something that can help us moving forward. However, the flip side of that would be, if we're not, it will hold us back from moving forward. So the present card then, frequency, this is the number 6. And so the number 6 is about consciousness. It desires to bring harmony, truth, justice, and a sense of balance into the environment. Love and compassion are uppermost in its mind, effective as counselor or healer. Others are drawn to it because of the understanding that emanates from it. 6 vibration is ready to take on the social and family responsibilities. 6 is domestic and artistic and adjusts their needs to others. And I think it's interesting that number 6 has a sense of balance, and we had balance come forward, so they relate together. And this is about our third eye chakra, which is about intuition, imagination, and thought, which is how we can change the belief and broadcast the new vibrational equation. When we change our thinking, we change our whole environment. And every time we change our thinking, it's a new and different way every time. And so this is the color indigo. Intuition, perception, deep concentration, and vision. Self-knowledge. However, the flip side, we can be judgmental, self-righteous, or narrow-minded. So we have to be aware of those as well. But this reminds me of the light body movement was in October, was the third eye. So this is, I guess we're staying in there for now. At least for now. And the element is ether and space. It's the dodecahedron. So the dodecahedron is really from our throat, third eye, and our crown. And the dodecahedron is the ether element, space. That is where our thoughts are. Ascension, divinity, oneness, connecting with our spirit energy. And then the future card, the fear card. This is fascinating that it is the same card from last week as the future. The biggest trick played on humanity is fear. Your thoughts create, generate, and feed all your monsters until you choose not to. So it's a great reminder to choose not to. Don't go into that fear. Bring forth your courage. Move through it, because fear is also not real. I've heard a number of different ways of saying fear, like FEAR means things like false evidence appearing real, and I've heard there's many other different ways of that, but it is not true. Fear is something we have in our mind, so when we change our frequency, we get rid of that fear. But this is about our root chakra, our stability, our support, our physical identity. The color red, which is power, passion, intensity, action, determination, ambition. However, the flip side is anger and danger and warning. So we need to be aware. We need to be aware of things coming forward, all these tricks. But we don't need to be fearful of them, because the only way they can affect us is if we let them. And we say, no, not happening. So number 1 represents the male principle, the yang. It is the trailblazer striking out alone, seeking the experiences which will establish its distinct identity. Number 1 is the process of discovering its own abilities. It is raw energy, positive, original, and creative, in a state of perpetual motion. 1 is alone, and it's imbued with creative energy. It must decide how its energy will be used. And this is about the hexahedron. This is connecting to earth, grounding, foundation, stability. So it's very important when we're grounded that we are in our courage. When we're grounded, there is no fear. So
That's I wanted to comment on that as well. Like when you are grounded, when you're especially like getting in contact with the earth, I feel like that really like gets your nervous system at like an equilibrium, and so I think it's just really helpful to not to stay out of that fear frequency, because a lot of times I feel like fear is in your head thinking of like what's in the future, but at least for me, I know like being in contact with the earth, it's just a very like it brings me back centered and not in my head.
yes, I agree. Thank you for that. It does keep you out of your head. When you're out in nature and on the ground, it's really hard to be thinking of other things when it's right there. There's so many things to look at outside and think about. I think that brings that forward. So, yes.
Stacy also commented about the fear card. She said, I was just thinking that too about the fear card as the future card again. And I think that's interesting that that came up twice. And there is a lot of stuff that continues to happen. And I feel like they're really pushing the fear frequency, but we just have to remember to not buy into that because it is a trick, just like the card said.
Yes, that's their whole plan. Get everybody by fear.
Oh, also, Gina is here. Gina has joined us, so I wanted to say in Lakesh and Veritas. She says in Lakesh and Veritas with a peace and a heart and a sun emoji.
Awesome. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome, Gina and Cheryl and Stacy and Stephanie. Thank you for joining tonight. Do you have any other comments? Do you have any comments about the cards? Anybody about the reading, how it affects yourself in any way? I can see this where I have been changing my frequency, my thinking for my new identity. As things come forward, I've been presented with quite a few things just today that I've had to change my thinking on and go, okay, and not going into the fear. There's no fear, but it's rather interesting. Staying in balance in my thinking.
Yeah. Sorry. Consciousness cards just keep coming up as well. Like what you thought yesterday, you don't have to choose to think today. So I think that we keep getting those reminders as well.
Yes. Okay.
And nothing else in the chat at the moment. Stacy says, finding balance and not going to extremes helps with the frequency. Oh, correction. Helps with changing the thoughts to stay away from the frequency of fear.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
definitely.
Yes, thank you, Stacy. Okay. Well, if no one has any other comments or questions, oh, here we go.
Oh, yes. Stephanie says, fear is something we create in our minds for the future. We just have to catch ourselves when something comes up and put it down immediately. Yes, I agree.
For sure. And that's what gives us our expansion and our evolution. Because when we're in the fear, we don't expand, we don't evolve. We stay in this third dimensional fear-based environment. And when we want to grow, we need to be out of that to grow and change. Keep changing the new frequencies. So,
Yes, and focus on what we want to see, not what we don't want to see, which is what fear is. Just coming up with things that have not even happened yet and most likely won't happen. So
and
we can
usually
choose to
don't.
focus on something else.
Yes, and usually when you look at something, why was I afraid of that? Because that didn't even happen. And something that came up, I know Lauta says this often, but she mentioned it again yesterday in the live stream. She said, we're making it up anyway. What do we want to make up for ourselves? Do we want to make up our life of fear? Or do we want to make our life up of balance and fun and joy and all the power that we have, using our power in the way of balance and love. So,
Yes, Stacy says, I see the importance of fear being the future card. Fear is always a future outcome, not a present circumstance.
yep, for sure. Because there's no fear in the present. I mean, unless you're out in the jungle and there's a tiger coming at you, that might be a real fear in the present time, but that's not what is happening to us in our life here.
Exactly.
That may have been a long time ago, but
Gina, yes, not in this lifetime. Gina says, "Thank you for this tonight. I needed to hear this, especially about fear. I was apprehensive about going to an event by myself, but after hearing this, I'm going with an open heart."
oh,
Yay!
good. Yay, yes. Yes, because fear holds us back from doing these awesome things that will expand us. So I'm glad this has been helpful. It's been helping me too. So thank you. And I'm so grateful for all of you joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Cecilia, for helping me out with this. This is awesome. I love this new format where everybody gets to really present their information and their comments and things. So thank you so much. I hope to see you again next Friday at the same time. And we'll do another card reading, and hopefully we'll get a new future card. Thank you, in Lakesh and Veritas, with honor, respect, gratitude, integrity, discipline, and action.
Invitation by the cause with honor, respect, and gratitude, integrity, discipline, and action.